And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the teams participating on sheets A through C. On sheet A, representing the world, please welcome Team Muirhead and Team Adine. Representing North America, Team Jones and Team Jacobs. On sheet C, representing Team World, Team Sigurdsson and Team Alsrud. Representing North America, Team Holman and Team Stoughton. On sheet C, representing Team World, Team Fujisawa and Team Murdoch. Representing North America, Team Brown and Team Schuster. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a few moments, the ice will be yours. Good luck, good curling, and let the games begin.
Good rest, guys. Okay. Can we handshake, you guys? Okay.
I can't do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for this afternoon's skills competition, once again, I just got to do a reminder out there, folks, that the use of flash photography, not really good though. You know, we come out here, we see flashes all over the place. You know, you can take as many pictures as you want, feel free to do so, but there's so much light right in here at the Orleans Arena, you don't need a flash. So folks, if you want to take a picture, feel free to do so. Take as many as you like, just don't use a flash. Thank you. Now, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the singles competition of the 2014 World Financial Group Continental Cup. As mentioned earlier, each team in the Continental Cup will participate this afternoon in one of the 6 single games on the ice. Now, each game will consist of 6 skill testing shots. We have the run through, draw the button, draw the boards, the raise, hit and roll, and the double takeout. On each shot, the thrower can score a maximum of 5 points, which will make the game worth 30 points. The maximum score of 5 is scored if the thrower stone finishes anywhere or any part of the stone touching.
So it's the singles competition on this Friday afternoon. There you see John Schuster and the American representatives out of Duluth, Minnesota. David Murdoch, who will represent Great Britain. So here on sheet A are the women's matchups. It'll be Team Muirhead against Jennifer Jones. Make a note that, as Russ suggested, Jennifer Jones will throw the draw to the button and the draw to the port, the softer shots being played by the skip. On sheet B, Margareta Sigfridsson against Rachel Holman, and Rachel will try to gather herself up after missing a last rock takeout to split the points with Fujisawa of Japan. And then it is Satsuki Fujisawa on sheet C as she plays Erica Brown. And the draw to the button again. You see the skips. Brown playing the softer shots, the draw to the button, and the draw to the port. So the first shot is draw the button. And a key to this, Linda, would be what?
Well, it's obvious. You're trying to hit the button. You get 5 points if you do just that. So it's trying to find the place to put the broom to get to that spot. Remember, on this ice, it goes a little straight at first. You want to get to that button because then it goes down. 4 foot is 4, 8 foot is 3, 12 foot is 2, and anywhere in the free guard zone is just 1.
And Jennifer Jones will pick the stone that she needs to get us underway. We'll do all the Team North America right across the sheet, and then the world will have their chance.
What do you think, guys?
This is where stopwatches do come into play. If you have them and you're used to using them, you can time, for example, Jennifer's rock if you're the opposition or on the other sheets, because we have great consistency right across the 3 sheets of ice. You can learn from this draw.
So Jennifer Jones gets us underway. The singles competition, it's the draw to the button.
Line's good.
Caitlin Laws, you can hear calling line.
Line's great.
Another great advantage is the 2 brushers. In this case, Don McEwen and Jill Office are great judges and very powerful if they need it.
So right now in the free guard zone, that's 1 point.
Come on.
Trying to take it as much as they can. That's 2 points. Little further, ladies. That's 3. That's 4. Grab the button, and that's 5.
Yeah, pretty close to normal for Dawn. Is it us?
So over to sheet B now, and it'll be Rachel Holman.
You just saw the little signal. Rachel does throw that straighter rock. So Jennifer took out into the 12-foot. Yes, this is a different sheet of ice, but it is the way she throws.
Is it ever? And I would suggest if she was on your out turn, she'd dig even less ice than edge of the 8. But Rachel knows it.
Emma Miscue putting the brush down, Russ, just on the edge of the 8-foot.
take a look. Line's really good.
It also means on this particular throw, being in a little bit, you won't have that run as much. This could curl quite a bit coming into the 4.
So Greviasic, Weagle trying to hold the line. You can hear the crowd now trying to hold the line with them. Got the 1 point, need a little bit more to grab 2, and she's going to come up light. And so that will be a single point.
I guess. Felt pretty good.
Just a hair inside that path, caught the new spot. There were 2 practices, but that's it. So it's really first end throw.
It'll be Erica Brown now. She will represent the U.S. in Sochi.
Line's pretty good.
Out of the Madison, Wisconsin Curling Club. Going to make a 3rd appearance at the Olympics.
Give it a whoa.
And Swiss Helm, Jessica Schultz, the front end. Debbie McCormick, the world champion of 2003, needs to find some breaks here. Hold on for 4, and she does.
4 points.
So do you go to school if you're Team World on those, do you think, Linda?
I think you absolutely do, especially the speed. Now, releases are a little different, so the amount of ice you take is a little different, but everybody, don't forget the men come out later, will watch these shots very carefully and see what they can learn.
Now it is the world's turn, and we'll stay there on sheet C. And it'll be the skip from Kurosawa. This is Satsuki Fujisawa. We saw earlier today, Russ, she does have the draw weight. Up weight shots maybe fail her a little bit, and line calling bothers them, but from a purely delivery point, you say that they can throw it as well as anyone.
Oh, no question. I think it's going to show up in the in this singles competition because there's not a lot of strategy here. You've got to execute.
There's 4, and how about 5? So early advantage in on the sheet C to Team World. Now to sheet B. Margareta Sigfridsson.
Now, this is interesting. It is all skips playing all draws in these first 3 games, but she throws lead, of course, and skip for her team.
Back to what we talked about during the game against Jennifer Jones, where the last rock thrower, Maria, just really struggled with draw weight, and that's probably why she's not electing to play this shot.
Christina Bertram on the left, Maria Vennerstrom. Maria Pritz managing the house. That's good for 2. That's good for 3. That's good for 4. And that's really good. That's good for 5. So a big head start for Team World there as Rachel Holman only managed a single point with her draw. So 5-1 there. On sheet A, we saw Jennifer Jones make the draw to the button. She put it right on the pinhole for 5. Eve Muirhead, the reigning women's world champion and one of the favorites. She'll represent Great Britain. The 23-year-old from Perth. Anna Sloan managing the house. Vicky Adams, Claire Hamilton on the brush. Take it over. There's 3 and enough, not quite. The umpire checks.
Just a bite of the 4.
Boy, just grabbed it. Just grabbed the 4-foot for 4.
There's a case, Vic, where they tried really too hard to let it curl to get to the button. They had to brush that sooner for speed, and they almost didn't get it in the 4-foot.
So next up, it is the run-through.
Well, you have a stone position just in front of the rings. You have to move that onto the one in the house. If you stick it right there and it sits in the button area, you get 5 points. If the rock rolls a little bit to the 4-foot, you still get the good 4 points. The further it rolls, the points go down. 3 in the 8-foot, 2 in the 12-foot. And if you have to get the one in the house out, then you get a point if your rock does roll out.
David Hay on the left. He's the captain of Team World, the 91 world champion. Peja Lindholm, who runs the Swedish national program, a 3-time world champion. His team got off to a great start. They lead in 2, trail by just a single in 1. So it'll be the world to begin, and it is Vicky Adams that will get us underway. Adams, the 24-year-old, throws the second stones for Muirhead out of Edinburgh. So Sloan, Claire Hamilton have got her right out of the hand. Bang it back and bangs it by. So they couldn't hold the line.
That was one of those they took very tight ice, and I think they expected maybe a little more weight, even maybe more of that in-out motion we've talked about with releases. That one curled.
Same facial expression at both ends.
Maria Pritz, who throws the 4th stones for Margareta Sigfridsson, struggled badly today against Jennifer Jones.
This one's also curling.
And she'll also run it by. So it's been a struggle so far for Team World.
You know, it's interesting because I talked about the fact with the 3 takeout shots they will play over this contest, you could play a variety of weights. You could play that with any kind of quiet weight as long as you get the one out in the house. The advantage of the tight broom is you throw the up weight and you do keep it straight. Both of those players had too much curl, maybe got the rock started a bit.
But good point, a softer weight, when you do, if you make contact with the object rock, you have a much better chance of hanging around.
Emi Shimizu throws the lead stones for the Fujisawa team from Kurosawa. And again, no points. So this is a great opportunity for Team North America as the world fails to score anything.
They're getting some sympathy anyways from the person holding up the score.
So we'll remain on sheet C. And she is a world champion. Debbie McCormick throwing the 3rd stones for Erica Brown, won her world championship in Winnipeg in 2003.
Pretty soft weight here.
Jessica Schultz and Swisshelm Got to hold it. Watch that center line. Going to touch anything, and no, will not. So it remains 5-4. Team World leading there after 2 shots.
Well, we certainly know where the broom will be for this team. Almost in the middle of the stone. They're trying to hit in front of the house to drive back onto the one in the house.
Alison Kreviazuk throwing the second stones for Rachel Homan. The reigning Canadian champions out of the Ottawa Curling Club. Miscue, Weagle on the brush. Watch that center line, run it back. Oh, and sticks it. And oh, it spills a little too far. But the first point scored, and it's 3. Caitlin Laws, who throws the third stones for Jennifer Jones.
This is real close.
Officer, McEwen, center line. Got it. Oh, and it just curled at the last moment.
There's an example, Vic, just a fraction less weight than the skipper thought. They waited a hair too long for it to curl, and away it went.
So Jones remains up. Only Rachel Homan and Alison Kreviazuk's team managing to score points. The Rays when we come back to Las Vegas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take a little bit of a break for commercial break. So we're about to play a little bit of music for us.
Dawn, you're up, Dave. What's that? Okay, we have a commercial, Dawn. Yeah. Which one's up first? Half? Half up? Sorry.
Oh,
It was hanging really
I know.
finished.
I must have been my hair quiet.
Nope.
The men will be coming up right after the ladies have completed their singles competition. So we've completed 2 of the 6 required shots. And remember now, there are 6 matches, 3 women's matches, then the 3 men. Each is worth just 1 point in that race to 30.5 for the Continental Cup. Coming up, it is the raise, Linda.
So as opposed to playing this with takeout weight, you're trying to move a stone in front of the house into the circles. And once the stone is released, there's a great deal of communication needed to try and get it in the best spot. Perfect weight, perfect line, you get 5 because you raise it to the button. A little off angle is 4, 8 foot is 3, 12 foot is 2. The stone that gets 1 point has to move forward a little bit and stay in play.
The umpires are ready.
And it'll again be Team North America that gets us underway. And from Team Jennifer Jones, their lead, Dawn McEwen. Do you like this call and having her play this, Russ?
Oh, for sure. Obviously, the free draw, the draw through the port would be her specialty too, but this is just a heavy draw, and it's all line, and Jennifer's one of the best at knowing the line.
Jill Officer on the left, Caitlin Laws. Really hard, Jennifer Jones says, really hard now. Got to try to hold the line here, just bang it right on the schnoz and take it back, and boy, it didn't have enough weight, just grabs the top of the 12 for 2 points.
There's a bit of strategy too here, Vic, also, because you're better to be a little heavy, I think, and then the skip can kind of oversweep it, hit it thinner, and take some speed off it. Once you're light, you're light.
Interesting also going with the lead, Lisa Weigel from Rachel Holman's team, the reigning Canadian women's champion.
We're seeing a lot of curl right in the center of the ice. So Elisa Weigel, this team in the middle, Rachel Holman's team, have a little advantage because of their release, a little in-out release on most of their shots.
All on its own. They never laid a lick to it. 5, no, it'll be there for 4.
Stand by and sheet C. Sheet C, the umpires are ready.
And again, it'll be the lead for Erica Brown's team out of Madison, Wisconsin, and Swiss Helm. From what we've seen, everyone has had that same kind of thought process in terms of who they've had make their shots or try their shots. Debbie McCormick, Jessica Schultz on the brush, right to the nose. Hold it there now. That's 2, and that will be for 3. 3. John Mead. Clayton Laws waiting the men to follow immediately. The 24-year-old Mio Ichikawa. Not a lick from the front end at all. 2, 3, sit, sit. That's Japanese for sit, and it will at the back edge of the 8.
Great example of what Russ was talking about, though. They managed it. They knew they shouldn't brush it because they needed some angle into the 4-foot area, but still that little extra weight worked out for 3 points.
Exactly, and you can actually, if it is heavy, you could sweep that, hit it thinner, and take some weight off of it. That's the way to play it, I think.
They managed to hold the lead in that game. Christina Bertram, who throws the 3rd stones for Margareta Sigfridsson out of Skellefteå, Sweden.
Lite hård om något. Ja! Nej, vänta då.
Maria Pritz. Vennerstrom, that's 4, that's 5 if it hangs on, and it does.
Beauty.
After throwing the 0 on the run through, that's back-to-back 5s. 10-8, By a couple now over Rachel Holman through 3 of the 6 shots.
It's a different dynamic here, I think. You know, like Claire, you know, the skipper, Eve Muirhead, plays her last shot in front of 5,000 people, but not, Claire doesn't, right? It's the only shot going on. The whole crowd's watching this particular shot. It's a little different.
It is Claire Hamilton. 3, 4. How is that, skipper? She puts it on the lid for 5. Claire Hamilton.
I guess the pressure didn't bother at all.
I don't think so. World champion, you know.
Next up, it's the hit and roll.
This is one of those things that actually the line call is critical. You have to play from the center line out. You can't play it with the other side. So you roll that one into the button. Really tough to do. You get the full 5 points. Roll it to the 4'4", 8'3", 12'2", and you have to get a little bit of a removal of the stone and roll for the single point. We see a lot of over curls on this shot, Vic.
Wonderful crowd on hand again, Linda, here at the Orleans Arena. Everyone has been so involved with this and watching all the draws, Russ. We've had great crowds morning, noon, and night.
Unbelievable. I've always felt, being a golfer, that the par on all these shots is a 3 out of 5. If you can average 3, which would be 6 shots, 18, a score of 18, and we've got Muirhead at 9 after 3 shots, right on par. Sigurdsson's actually at 10. It's good scores.
This shot could be played 2 ways. Tight ice and big weight, which looks like what Anna is about to play. Or you can take a little more ice and play the softer roll, maybe a little easier to actually get the angle into the button.
Anna Sloan throws the 3rd stones for Eve Muirhead. Adams, Hamilton, now. Little late brushing. There it comes now. Where's this roll going? That's 3, that's 4. Where's she going? A little more? How about 5?
That was a lovely throw. You could tell by on-off brushing, very accurate throw.
My goodness, too. The tap to the button and the hit and roll to the button. It doesn't get any better than that.
So Maria Wennerstrom, the 28-year-old. This team is the reigning European champion. They've won back-to-back silver medals at the Women's Worlds, including a year ago in Riga, Latvia. Right away, Sigfridsson calling on Pritz and Bertrup for 3. One more, little more turn, maybe one more. Not quite. And 4 it is.
But they held that. I thought that might have been an overcurl. They did a great job holding it for Maria.
You have to throw that almost normal weight like that one to get the right kick to get to the button.
Either that or it's very thin, and that's hard to judge.
So it's Team Fujisawa from Kurosawa.
You know, that follows up a little bit what you talked about. She has that left shoulder go back, overreaches and got inside on that.
Started that early, didn't she?
So she picks up the single point for removing the stone.
Pretty tight ice here for Deb McCormick. You're taking about 4 inches of ice to make that half rock roll.
For Debbie, she was in Nagano in '98 with Lisa Schonenberg, and then Carrie Erickson in Salt Lake, Vancouver, where she went 2 and 7, and now heading off to Sochi as part of Erica Brown's team. And that'll be worth 1 point. So struggles for both teams on sheet C.
Sheet B, the umpires are ready.
Emma Miskew, who throws 3rd rocks for Rachel Holman out of the Ottawa Curling Club. And we'll see this team, of course, at the Scotties They wear the Team Canada jersey in Montreal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Hard, whoa.
Kraviasic,
Yep, go.
Weagle.
Hard.
There's 3. Come on, ladies. There's 4. Come on, ladies. Come on. Grab it and hold on for 5. And that was a much needed 5 points to stay within touch of Margareta Sigfridsson.
Nice. They say they were ready? Did they say they were
Eve
ready?
Muirhead and Team World scored 5. Caitlin Lars.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. No.
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 Finish
No.
that.
No.
Stay
Watch
with
it.
it. Yep.
Now, 3. Officer Jones, 4. Little more. And just shy, it'll sit there for 4.
A little bit of a tough break. If they brushed it a tiny bit earlier, that would have been rolling in.
So Muirhead and Team World leading there. The double takeout and the final shot of the day for the women will be through the port when we come back to Las Vegas.
Team North America 8, Team World 9. Right now, folks, we're going to go to a little commercial break right now. Let's play a little bit of music.
For an agency, yeah, during the day. If I book anything, modeling jobs, or corporate. We do a lot of corporates.
Thomas Olsrud and his team from Oslo, Norway will be on the ice in a matter of moments for the singles competition, but we'll see him tonight Won the Olympic silver medal in Vancouver. Looking forward to Sochi. He'll represent Norway there. Goes against Brad Jacobs. A preview of a game at the Olympics. Tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Now they get a little more difficult. The double takeout, Linda.
Well, the key with this is you have to remove the two opposition stones. You have to play from the center line out as well. If you get rid of both stones and stay in the button area, you get the 5 points. Get them both out, roll to the 4'4", roll to the 8'3", 12'2", but you must remove both opposition stones to get the single point.
And as you expected and thought, Russ, you're going to call on somebody who throws him up weight, and so it will be Jill Officer for Jennifer Jones.
Bring in the right-hander for this one. She's plays so many of these shots, so she practices more of these shots. I like with Jill, not only can she obviously throw the big weight, but watch the rotation. It's so easy to read.
Hard.
Boy, right out of her hand, though, Dawn McEwen. Caitlin Laws now called off, and maybe that little bit of an early jump.
Sorry.
And they jumped the stone and straightened it out, and so it's 0 points.
And sheet B, the umpires are ready.
Emma miscue. Playing the third rocks for Rachel Holman.
Close, yep.
Winning the Scotties a year ago and then a bronze medal at the Worlds. Herviasic, Weagle, what do you got? One, and not enough.
No points.
Lisa, she just pointed that one a little bit, just came over the top. The last second, you can see it just dart inside a hair.
Umpires are ready.
Jessica Schultz, 29-year-old native of Anchorage, now makes her home in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Bang. And then across the top.
No points.
We get a lot of zeros on this one. We've seen some curl on this ice. It makes it a little harder. You have to get both of them out of the house. You just can't tick them around. It's a tough shot.
It's a thinner double than it looks, and it's easy for me to say that because I don't know what people are thinking, but you can hit that extremely thin and stick your thrown rock. Probably a quarter rock would do it.
And so Chiaki Matsumura throws the second stones for the team from Kurosawa. Went 5 and 6 at the Worlds last year in Riga, Latvia. One. And here she goes. Oh, my! A huge 5 points for Team World.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
And sheet B, the umpires are ready.
That was a beauty.
Maria Pritz throws the fourth stones for Margareta Sigfridsson. Bertram, Vennerstrom, brush, bang, and 5! And with that, we know that they have
very tight ice on this one.
Ever.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And his out turn, though, it will run straighter.
Okay.
and a little thin, and so no points there.
Okay, on sheet A, Team North America 11 and Team World 14.
So we have one shot remaining, and that is drawing through the port or through the hole.
Now on this ice, this is a little harder than it seems, and it seems to hang a long time on that corner guard and has to, of course, get by the center guard to the button. If you can get through that board and make that draw, you get the full 5 points. If you get it through to the 4 foot, 4, 8 foot 3, 12 foot 2, and you have to get it past those two stones out in front for the single point.
here in the Orleans Arena on a Friday afternoon. And this is the game still up for grabs here, as it's been a women's competition so far dominated by the world, and it was those 2 5-point shots by Sigfridson's team and the Fujisawa team.
As Linda said, Eve Muirhead threw the opening rock quite a ways ago, so the ice will be straightening out a hair. She has to be careful not to keep it on that wide guard. They're leading here. They have to get this in the paint somewhere and put some pressure on Jones. Get through the port.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa. Just for weight, Claire.
Clear, whoa.
Line's fine. Line's fine, just for weight.
Okay, Claire, bend it now, bend it now. Yep,
And it's
go,
Sloan.
Go.
Bend it now. Bend it now. Bend it like Muirhead.
The umpires are ready.
Linjen är
I
bra,
got it.
inte så mycket fart.
Sigfridsson.
Perfekt linje. Dra den på...
Helt i den.
På 10. På 10. På 10.
På locket nu.
Jättebra linje.
That's a great finish for 5 more as the world picks up another point.
Sheet C, the umpires are ready.
And now the young skip, 22-year-old Satsuki Fujisawa.
上がるよ。ウェイトだけ。
今日曲がってきた。
曲がってきたよ。
Go, 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 go. Yeah, wait a second.
Big scrub here, got it by. Now even bigger scrub to take it as far as they can. That's 3, and that'll be a 5. Oh, the world has come storming back here, Linda.
They played it very well. Russ talked about the fact that a lot of these teams practice more. They don't have as many competitions they can access, particularly the Japanese team, for example. So they practice these sort of skills and get very good at it.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I think the advantage goes to North America with the seasoning, the ice reading, how to miss, different weight controls, maybe a wee bit of strategy. But when it comes to sheer shot making, like you say, these teams throw a lot of rocks. Big scores here by all the world teams.
Hard line, gotta go. Hard. Hard line. Hard in.
Edgar Brown skinning it. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And how about 5?
Nice call, Debbie. Good sweep, guys.
So the world picks up the point.
Umpires are ready on sheet B.
Rachel Holman.
Line's good. Little light. Line's good. Let it curl. Line's nice. Line's good.
Could have
Let
asked
it bend a bit.
Weagle.
Let it bend. No, line's fine.
Looks pretty good. There's 2. Looks pretty good. There's 3. Pretty good. Looks great for a big finish. 5. But not enough, as the world will pick up another point, 24-18.
The umpires are ready.
Remember, they were down by 3 coming in.
ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。ナイス。 Got room? The line's good? All you.
All you.
Line's great.
Jill Officer. Don McEwen.
Keep her coming. Hard, 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 hard. Hard.
A little more. And it will just grab the top for one.
1 point.
Let's go, guys. Nice.
And so the world dominates here as they take the competition 19-12 here and pick up 3 big points. So the men will hop the boards and get ready. It'll be their turn. And the world has come back to tie in the race to 30.5. We're all even. It's the singles competition on day 2. We are in Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena. The world women grab 3 points to tie. The men are up next when we come back to Las Vegas.
Hi, Linda.
We had CC from Don Arden's Jubilee show. And going on there, Don Arden produced those shows from 1952 to 1994. Brad Jacobs trying to keep his concentration with CC right there. We'll CC the men when we come back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now set to go with the men. The first shot, again, when we draw the button, just as it sounds, 5 points is awarded. If the shooter touches any portion of the button, the 4'4", the 8'3", the 4'2", and a single point is awarded should the shooter come up short.
So, have you ever been to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario? Ryan Fry with Tara joining us here at the Orleans. So here are the games within a game. Nicholas Dean against Brad Jacobs and the players who will play the 6 different shots. That's on sheet A. On sheet B, it'll be Thomas Olsrud against Jeff Stoughton. And interestingly enough, they're going to have Mark Nichols play the softer of the shots, to draw the button and draw the port. That's on sheet B. And on sheet C, David Murdoch goes against John Schuster, who will represent the U.S. at the Olympics. So we'll get it underway with drawing the button. And here it is.
It's the same as we talked about before, and that line is really critical. And if you get a little too wide, it won't come into that button area, but that's worth 5 if you can get into that area. 4 foot is 4, 8 foot is 3, 12 foot is 2, and if it's in the free guard zone, you get a single point.
And it'll be Team North America and Brad Jacobs to throw first. Any difference, do you think, for the men throwing this shot as compared to the women earlier, Russ?
Not this shot, I don't think. It's, you know, maybe arguably a little bit of brushing, so you get a little more leeway as long as you're smart enough to be soft with the weight. And the marks become, you know, these guys can brush as well as anybody. There's no question about it. So this is Brad's bread and butter. We noted him as a good hitter all along, but he makes a ton of these too. That looks a hair hot though.
And nothing yet from the Harnden brothers, EJ or Ryan. That's a 5 there. If it sits, that's 4, and it'll sit back edge. Now the 4 foot.
4 points.
Okay, Marcus, T-line.
On sheet B, umpires are ready.
A little surprised at this, that they would go with Mark Nichols, Russ?
Not at all. That's his job the last 2 years, is to make these draws. Now I remember him as one of the best skilled upweight hitters in the face of the earth, especially in our 2 final games in Torino, Italy. He made absolutely everything. But no, you got to go with your lead or your skip in this situation, I believe.
Jan Mead, Reed Carruthers. And out comes Jeff Stoughton too, as well as every other fan of Canadian curling here at the Orleans Arena. This is a big drag for them. It's a huge drag for them.
2 points.
The best they can do is top 12, which is 2 points.
Mark.
On sheet C, the umpires are ready.
95.
John Schuster, 31-year-old skip from Duluth, Minnesota.
You see the stopwatch, they're doing splits, backline to hogline intervals, and it was 3.95 the time they were looking for. Looks like they're happy with it. They're just dusting it.
John Landsteiner.
Revving out pretty
Jared
good, boys.
Zezel. Jeff Isaacson
Hit the tee.
calling
Gotta hit
the
tee.
line.
Got a curl, though.
Little curl now, boys. Let it bend.
Yeah.
That's for 4. Grab the white for 5.
I get it pretty good.
On sheet C, the umpires are
We'll
ready.
stay on sheet C now and work our way back across the Orleans the other way. And it will be the skip of the Great Britain team in Sochi, David Murdoch, out of the Lockerbie and Curl Aberdeen clubs.
So David's inside the edge of the 8 by about 3 inches. That's the tightest line we've seen.
Good line.
Rachel was close to that with her draws.
Remember, you don't have to hit the pin. If you're drawing to the button as a skip for the last draw in the game, you probably have to hit the pin. This, you have to hit a piece of the white, so you can let it over curl a little bit. Make sure you're on the good
Real
path.
good line.
Murdoch
Come on, Scott.
going to appear in a 3rd
Line's
straight
perfect.
Olympics.
Line's perfect.
6 and 5 in
Line's perfect.
Turin, 5 and 5 in Vancouver. And
Attaboy.
he'll
Great
score
job.
5 here. So trading
Good swing. Good swing.
5s with Schuster in North America.
It was.
On sheet B, the umpires are ready.
So our 4th skip, throwing the draw.
Thomas Olsrud, the 42-year-old out of Oslo, Norway, out of the familiar Snadden Curling Club.
He took a lot of ice,
Skal vi, ja?
mid 12 foot for this draw.
Så han nærmest starter nå, da.
Silver medal winner in Vancouver. Kevin Martin, of course, winning the gold that year. 3 world bronze medals to his credit. And this is going to be sliding downhill.
2.
Hva faen var det?
So interestingly enough, he saw the Stoughton team just catch the top of the 12 for a deuce, and that's what he replies with. So they're tied.
And our 2nd lead, Victor Schell from the Adine team.
From Karlstad, Sweden, the 28-year-old
98.
native of Västerås in Sweden. Västerås hosted a world championship. It was 1990.
Victor curled 100% last night in the game where they lost.
Ja. Oh.
Wow. Did it without brushing too. So 5 for Victor Schell to take the 1-point lead. Next up, it's the run-through.
No, we didn't see the women have much success with this. I expect the men to throw a little more weight, maybe take tight ice and get that run back to stick in the button. That's worth the 5 points. If you get the one out on the button but roll to the 4-foot, you get 4, to the 8-foot 3, 12-foot 2. You do have to get the one out of the house. The raised rock can roll out and you get 1.
It'll be Team World to begin things, and this is 28-year-old Nicholas Adine.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, see the matchup on sheet A.
I wonder why he isn't thrown to draw the button. This is why, because he's laser-like with some of these run backs.
On sheet B, representing Team North America, Jeff Stelling. Representing Team World, Torger Nurgaard. And on sheet C,
Rick Lang is the coach of Team North America, 3-time Canadian champion.
Team World, Tom Brewster.
Maybe a little bit disappointed. In behind John Schuster, there's Steve Brown, 3-time U.S. champion, Hall of Famer. Erica Brown's father, been involved with curling for, well, a lifetime in the USA, and he will be the coach of the U.S. Paralympic team in Sochi. Nicholas Adine. The reigning world champion. Lindbergh, Schall, Sebastian Krupp calling line, and he'll just run this by. What's the key to this shot, Russ?
Well, you certainly have to marry up the weight in the broom, and of course that's an obvious for just about any curling shot. But I think in Nicholas's case there, he throws a pretty straight out turn, so you either have to drop the speed down, which I would like to see, because then it brings your brushers into play. With these synthetic brooms, the brushers can straighten it out a little bit. So you want to give it to the brushers. He did not do that.
Torger Nergård throws the third stones for the Ulsrud team out of Oslo. Gold medal winner with Paul Schulzen in Salt Lake City. And stick around. No. For the single. Feel almost like you've been shortchanged, Linda, when you get rid of it, and you,
I know.
you feel like I should get a little more than just one.
A little more valuable in the game than in this contest, isn't it?
Tom Brewster throwing the third stones for the Murdoch team. Silver medalist at the Worlds in 12 and bronze medalist a year ago in the World Championship. Has he got something here? Oh, that is good enough. Come on.
5 points.
No. 4 points.
Looked like it was on the line.
Yeah,
to me too.
I thought they would give him the point. Really close. No. Is it 5? No. Oh, sorry. No, it's a 4. There you go. Yeah.
Well done.
You should see the umpires are ready.
Normal. Yep. Hard. Right to it, guys. Right to it.
Going the other way now. Jared Zezel.
And it was going to be hard to follow because Tom Brewster really threw that inside out. Hard to follow that path.
Soft.
Yeah, great point, Linda. You can really get fooled by watching the guy in front of you.
Yep. Let's go, my brother.
This one should be close.
Jeff Stout.
Yep. Whoa. Off. No.
3-time Canadian champion. Come up.
Wow. Just a little back. Didn't need to jump at the start.
Backed it up a bit.
Well, that's interesting because we saw that earlier. Women's play jump that stone early, seem to straighten it out. Almost have to wait, Russ, till it starts curling and then try to hold.
Yeah, and Jeff threw a lot of weight there, and his traditional outturn tracks pretty straight at the best of times. So I thought he'd throw it softer.
Only one of the women scored in this shot. So far, only 2 of the men. Here's the last one.
Try and cry. Bang! For 5. To take a 9-5 lead. When we come back, we'll play the Rays. It's the men's singles competition on day 2 in Las Vegas.
And on sheet C, Team North America 5, Team World 9. All right, folks, it's time for a little bit of music as we go to commercial break.
BMO Raptors basketball on TSN continues tonight. The Raptors at home taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Live coverage gets underway at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific here on TSN. Fremont Street. Oh, that's old Vegas. It's beautiful. They've got the neon lights going. Let's continue now. Men's single play. It's the Rays.
Need to push the stone into the house. The button gets you 5. The 4'4", this is where the strategy comes in. If it's a little heavy, angle it, get a piece of that 8 foot for 3, 12 foot for 2. And if you push it forward, still in play, you get a single point.
So after 2 of the shots, it is Brad Jacobs, Team North America, with a 9-5 lead over Nicholas Edin. And to play the Rays, the Jacobs lead Ryan Harnden, the team of the Sioux Curlers Association in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Reigning Canadian champions. Went undefeated at the curling trials in Winnipeg and will wear the maple leaf in Sochi. Here they go. Got him. They got him. Oh boy, it lost it. What happened to that stone on the way down, Russ?
I thought he was heavier than that, and then it quit curling. It turned out it was light, so I don't know. I'm a little surprised they didn't think it was light early, and of course they had to wait for lines. It was a bad combination.
Don't forget the turn matters a little bit too. The draw that was played earlier was on the other side, so you just don't know how much the path has been played.
Could have cooled down a little bit. Not too many shots in a row in those areas. It's tough because you're only throwing periodically with 3 sheets at once.
Reed Carruthers throwing the second stones for Jeff Stoughton's team out of the Charleswood Curling Club in Winnipeg. Got to come up to the nose. Come up. Now, sit for him. Sit for him. And just
good throw, Reed.
A little too far for 3 points.
Dead on raise, the stone takes the other turn. If you're not quite on the nose, it does go at an angle, so you can tell how well they've executed this by where it strikes the rock they're raising.
Line's nice.
23-year-old John Landsteiner.
What's the weight at?
Who throws the lead stones for the Schuster team from the Duluth, Minnesota Curling Club.
Hard says after hits here. Hard after hits. Hard hits. You got to get 8 foot here.
Nope. Catch something.
It's heavy.
For 2.
Oh, we got 2 and 2. I like that.
So the Rays struggle for the North American teams. And that's where we'll stay on sheet C. Scott Andrews from Team David Murdoch out of Lockerbie and Curl Aberdeen.
Line's good.
Coming in with 9 points after the first 2 shots.
No, it needs to curl. Needs to curl. Go if you need to, Greg. Go if you need to. Yep.
That's 2.
Go.
That's 3. Bite the red and hang on. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, he's tough. He's tough. The umpire's saying it's 3. So 5-point lead for Murdoch there on John Schuster's team. Håvard Vad Pedersen throwing the lead stones. Thomas Ulsrud. In a game where both teams have really struggled so far. Ulsrud with just 3 points in the first 2 shots. Jeff Stoughton's team, Carruthers, just scored a 3. Oh, this looks terrific if it stops now. Needs to stop, however. Wow, he got right to the nose.
That one maybe could have been brushed a little bit. Angle it, take some of the speed off. You might have had a chance for the button.
Great point. You can even be heavy, but by taking a thinner path, hitting it thinner, you save it maybe in the edge of the 4 there.
Right.
So the 1-point lead remains there. Ulsrud ahead of Stoughton. World against North America. Sebastian Kraut, the 3rd for Nicholas Edin out of Karlstad, Sweden.
Yep. Shut up. Linjen, okej. Kom, kör.
Frederick Lindberg on the left. Look at Victor Schall. Talk about the pressure the brushers can put on a so low, Russ. And that, just a single point, made contact, kept it in the free guard zone. So that's 3 shots complete. And it's Jacobs leading there, 11-6. Next up, it's the hit and roll.
It's really an in-off, a roll in. The rock is just at the edge of the 12, and if you roll it into the button after hitting it, you get 5 points. If you roll into the 4-foot, it's 4, 8-foot, it's 3, 12-foot, it's 2. You have to make sure that rock does go away for the single point.
Does it matter what turn you play at this? Some people will like to go into the stone, some people off the stone, Russ.
Yeah, I think rolling into the stone's the only way to play this, and you get a lot more action. And
that is the rule. You have to play it from center.
Inside out, yeah. It would be difficult the other way.
A reminder, we're back with you this evening at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right after Raptors basketball, and we'll have Thomas Ulsrud against Brad Jacobs. Both teams will be in Sochi.
Now, if you're leading like Jacobs is, you could throw softer weight at this and try to roll 12-foot, 8-foot, and at least get points. If you're Nicholas Sedin, you want to throw a little more weight and try to roll right into that 4-foot, possibly button area.
Oh dear.
Ooh, that hurt.
Sorry.
Sebastian Kraut.
Sorry.
Yeah, we see that you're brushing so close to the edge on that shot. He seems to be okay.
I hit his head. Okay, skulle jeg vanlig eller noe sånt, eller? Litt mer vanlig.
Torger Nergård. For Team Ulsrud out of Oslo. With 6 points, leading North American Stoughton by 1. 4, 5, and hold on. 4, and spin, and stop. 3 it is.
Just overbrushed.
Took a little bit of a jump, and it was a bit of a panic, and that's why the brushing happened, and that's why it overcurled. Didn't curl enough, rather. Still chuckling about that collision.
Tom Brewster.
There's that in-out release, so this ice is much tighter.
With a 12-7 lead over John Schuster.
Nothing.
As he throws here.
No.
David Murdoch said nothing, and nothing it is.
He did take out the rock, so it's
he gets a single point for that.
2 in out again, right, Linda? It's just that outward motion is it's hard to get it to come back.
So this is a terrific opportunity here for Schuster to get close. Down by 6.
Normal. Yep.
22-year-old Jared Zezel, former U.S. champion of a couple of years ago.
Hard, boys, hard! Hard!
Got something? For 2.
2 points.
So with 2 shots to play, 13-9. Jeff Stoughton.
Close. Yep. Oh,
Looking for somebody here to break out and score more than 3.
Right to it. Go, go, go.
Nichols, Carruthers, right to it, says John Meade. Right to it, boys. Come on, one more turn.
Oh boy. Try it, Skipper. A little bit, yeah.
That will grab him 3. And 9-8, 1 point lead for Ulsrud with 2 to go. It's a big opportunity here for the Jacobs team and Ryan Fry to take control against Nicholas Edin.
Yep. Yep. Hard, guys. All the way hard. Hard.
The Harnden brothers
Right up hard.
trying to save it, being squeezed by the bumper as well.
Thought he was throwing it hard, he said.
And that's all he's going to get is the single. So it's 1 point, yet Jacobs in North America continue to lead there, 12-6. 2 shots to play. It's the men's singles on a Friday afternoon, the Continental Cup in Las Vegas.
We're going to be going for a little bit of a break right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play a little bit of music.
Shot number 5 is a double takeout. Crows attempt to remove the 2 stationary rocks. If both rocks are successfully removed,
It's the skills competition of the Continental Cup on a Friday afternoon, and men's play. The world leads in 2 matches, North America in 1. Next up, Linda, it's the double takeout.
As we saw on the women's side, this is a bit of all or none. You have to remove both the stones in the house to get any points. If you happen to stick the shooter on the button, you get the full 5. If your shooter rolls to the 4 foot, you get 4, 8 foot 3, 12 foot 2. But you have to remove the 2 stones in the house to get anything.
on sheet A, the umpires are ready.
On sheet A, it's Jacobs against Edin, and Brad Jacobs and Team North America leading 12-6 as they play this double takeout, and it's E.J. Harnden, his brother Ryan on the left, Ryan Fry all on its own, 1 and 2, and he'll get them both. You can't stick the shooter though. That's good for a single point.
That's so close to making it, you know, probably a quarter inch, Linda, half an inch, and it redirects the sticks.
Not far off.
John Meade, Team World leading there 9-8. Mead throwing the third stones for Jeff Stoughton out of the Charles Wood in Winnipeg. Nichols, Carruthers, all the way down, boys. Got one, stick it, move it out. Oh, and now that shooter's going to back up and hold on. Come on back.
1
John. Curl a little bit more than I think. Good sweep, guys.
Jeff Isaacson.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
The third for John Schuster. 1, 2.
There's no turn on that thing.
And it won't go.
Sorry.
And that'll be a 0 as Schuster came in down by 4 to David Murdoch.
Murdoch can close them out here, Vic.
Remember now the women world team swept their singles.
Whoa. Whoa.
Greg Drummond
No.
for David Murdoch, 1 and 2 thin. So that's a big break for John Schuster and his team. What's happening here, Russ?
That one looked just a little heavy. It's a tough shot. It's a thin double. It's not, you see a lot of doubles made in a game, but this one, to stick it, you have to hit it extremely thin. So it's not far from a complete whiff if you're hair wide.
Now the women made 2 perfectly and 4 zeros. That's why I said it's all or none. Here we've seen a couple of singles, but nobody's made it well.
Christopher Sva throws the second stones for the Ulsrud team out of Oslo. 1, bang, hold on, spins up, come back. It'll sit there for 4. So that will put Ulsrud in front, keep him in front now by 3. Nicholas Edin, the skip from Karlstad, reigning world champion. And just a big sigh as he doesn't get anything. And that's a struggle for Edin, who remains at 6 points.
Okay, on sheet 8, Team North America, 13, Team World 6. On sheet B, Team North America 9, Team World 13. And on sheet C, Team North America 9, Team World 13.
So that's a huge point now for Team North America because they cannot be caught. 5 points available and up 13 to 6. Final shot through the hole, through the port.
Has to get through the port, can't touch either guard. If you want to score, if you can get it to the button after making that port shot, you do get the full 5 points. Get it in the 4 foot, it's 4, 8 foot is 3, 12 foot is 2, but it has to go through that port and stay in play for the single point.
I know at times we've looked at this hole and thought that's pretty generous. It could be a little tighter too, maybe to make it even more difficult.
Yeah, I'd like to see a narrower port. These guys are too good. They're all the teams. The women's team made this look easy. So, and the key for the team that's winning in this case, Ulsrud and Murdoch, get through the port, hit some paint. That's all they really have to do.
Victor Schell.
And this one's for pride. This isn't a lot of points for a team that just won a world championship. They'd love to finish it off with a great shot.
And we said this team was struggling even in their Bonspiel play, Linda.
They have had a tough season so far. That's a good one.
We're trying to tune it up and they'll finish with a 5. But that's 3 zeros out of the 6 shots. And they'll finish with 11. This is still a battle here as Team World and Ulsrud come in, leading North America and Jeff Stoughton by 3.
If we go back to the initial draws that the 2 players on this sheet made, Ulsrud was back 12. As Russ mentioned, he just needs to throw a nice draw, let them brush it into the 8 foot.
Ha plass. Hvis vi er der, så holder vi kosten nede. Helt inn. Den er løs.
Well, they just needed a good draw. How about this one?
That's perfect. And that'll close that out.
Det var lettere andre gangen.
And sheet C, the umpires are ready.
Team World here leading by 4.
Good line.
Anything in the rings.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Touch for line. Line's good. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard line. Hard, Scott. Hard line. Hard. Hard.
Don't touch it. Oh, great brush. Wonderful brush.
Go, 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 go.
For 3, Drummond and Andrews. Brewster calling the line. For the 3.
Yeah, that almost touched the center guard. That would have been a 0.
Just went sideways. Almost like a grip.
So John Schuster will close it out here for Team North America. Will drop 2 of 3 points here. They dropped the 3 on the women's side.
Easy then. Line's good though, close. Line's good. Easy if you can. Split the tee in half.
Schuster playing with
Easy
Pete
then.
Fenton
Whoa.
in Turin in 2006 when they won a bronze medal.
Whatever.
And that'll
Didn't
stop
matter.
for 4. 16-13. The World picks up the point.
I love it.
And Mark Nichols, who got it underway with the draw to the button.
Clean it.
Scoring 2.
This will make it a little easier, Vic.
Yeah, this is a hog line violation for sure. And all the way down through the hole for 5. No. The scorekeeper CC says no.
She knows the rules.
She knows the rules. No from CC.
The officials are ready.
Brad Jacobs, his team, the most impressive so far here.
Yep. Hard line.
But against the
Hard
Nicholas
line. Hard
Edin
line,
team
guys.
that has been struggling, trying to close it out. And the Harnden brothers have him now. EJ closest to the screen, Ryan out in front, and he won't get around. So that's the first 0 on the board, but it'll still be a win for North America, and their only point in the skills competition. They will win it 13-11. So after starting this afternoon's skills competition with a 3-point lead, the World has now gone in front as they take 5 of the 6 points available this afternoon and now lead by 1. 9.5 to 8.5 in the race to 30.5 to win this year's Continental Cup. So a good performance by the World in the skills here in Las Vegas.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up everything for this particular draw this afternoon. Don't forget that our next games at 7 o'clock tonight. Time to venture on over to the pageant Mardi Gras room. Why? Because we have up close and personal at 4:30 with all the men's skips. We have on the autograph signing session at 4:30 with actually all the women's